Alright, welcome back to another art video, and for today's video I've got Halloween Fiore per request of Cloves in the Discord. So if you want me to draw a character for you, let me know, and if it's an interesting request I might just take you up on your proposal. Now for this one I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to actually being able to make a full illustration, because I actually did a proper background this time. I didn't blur it out, it still looks like crap, so there's still a lot of work left to be done there, but at least I was confident enough to not blur the hell out of it. In terms of color, I feel like this one looks a lot better than the Tika that I did last month, and I think the reason for that is because this whole past month I actually started painting practice, because before this I was just drawing. I didn't really do anything with color, so now I started painting to learn how to do backgrounds mostly, but I guess I also learned how to blend colors a bit better, and I learned stuff about edges, values, that sort of stuff. I didn't really use it for the majority of this drawing, but I guess I know how to do it. Well, I don't know how to use value yet, but at the very least I know of its existence. Definitely been practicing on controlpaint.com. Matt Core, he's really freaking good at teaching painting and all that stuff. But starting from the bottom, skin color actually looks really good. I like that it looks a lot more vivid than the Tika from last month. And for skin shading, there's actually a pretty interesting book that came out a couple days ago, made by a Japanese artist, Mignon. And it goes over like all of the skin shading and the way that he does it. And I haven't read it because I made this before that book came out. But for the next illustration that I'm going to do, I'm definitely going to read through that and probably use that as a guide as I'm working. So hopefully the next time, or next month when I do another illustration, I hope that it'll look better than this one. I definitely could have done more with Occlusion Shadows for the bandages, but I didn't really think of that while I was working on it, and then after I was done, I looked at it and I went, oh yeah, right, Occlusion Shadows, you can't see them when you're completely zoomed out, because I did add them, but very slightly, so you can't see them when you're completely zoomed out. And they're also not particularly dark either. I feel like I should choose some lower values for the shadow colors, because they're still a little too bright. I guess that's just me being scared of making the entire thing look wrong with shadows that are too dark. The shading on the bandages looks pretty decent, use some references for that. I feel like if I did that a month ago, it would have looked absolutely horrible, so the painting practice has definitely paid off. But the part that pisses me off about this is the hair. The hair looks terrible, both in the way it's drawn and the way it's colored. And I'm gonna chalk that up to me just not knowing how to draw this kind of hair properly, because I've drawn long hair before, I've drawn short hair, but I've never drawn this before, so I probably should have practiced it before I started drawing this, but I thought that I was going to be able to do it well, but it's a completely different beast. So I think this coming month I'm just going to focus on hair, especially learning how to color it properly, because looking at the illustrations from some other artists that I like, the way they color hair is just absolutely amazing. It's going to be tough figuring out how they do it, but I guess that's the fun part. Now there's also the gold, as in the necklace and that thing that she has on her head. That also doesn't look great. It looks a lot better than the gold that I did in the Tika drawing. Well, there was only like one gold part on that, so this looks a lot better, but it still doesn't look very shiny, and that's also because I haven't practiced gold yet. I just got to learning how to draw reflective things before I started this illustration, so I didn't really get time to practice that. And even then, it's going to take months to learn how to do reflective things properly, so I don't see my gold drawing skills increasing by that much in a short amount of time. I'll just have to keep at it, not get discouraged, I guess. And then the last thing about this illustration is the background. Oh boy, I tried to go for a graveyard at first, and then I realized that I just had no idea how to do that. Because this is also a night scene, which I have also not done, because most of the stuff that I've practiced is just day scenes, especially with shading the character, because Fiore doesn't really look like she's sitting in the dark of night, like her skin is just lighting up like a freaking Christmas tree. So yeah, maybe a night scene may have been a little too ambitious, but it's something I'm gonna have to pay attention to next time, so I guess this was a good learning experience. Then with the objects in the background, I don't know how to draw bushes whatsoever, so that's something I'm gonna have to work on. I did practice clouds a little bit, but I just couldn't do the night sky clouds, and even then, I don't think I could have done them during the day, so definitely need to practice that a lot more before I get comfortable with it as well. And then the last thing is that she's sitting on top, or she's supposed to be sitting on top of a coffin. It doesn't really look like it. And if I've learned anything about art in the last couple of months, it's that if you don't recognize something at first glance, it's probably wrong. There could have been a better way to express it, but I don't know. That's all compositional stuff, and my compositional skills are absolutely terrible. I know nothing about composition, haven't learned anything about it. So that's also something I'm gonna have to focus on in the near future. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the fact that I can see improvement between now and last month, because that's the whole point of this series, is I'm just trying to upload a video every month to showcase how much improvement I've made, and as long as I don't see my progress stagnate, I'm pretty happy with the end result. But I think that's all there is to it. There's not much to this illustration, really. Her wrists are also two different sizes, so that's another thing I noticed a little too late. And I'm probably gonna have to do some more drafts before I get into the actual illustration process. But let me know if you guys have any criticisms for this particular piece, if you see something that I didn't mention. And also let me know if you have any suggestions for another character, because we're in summer right now, so I guess the summer characters are fair game, right? Alright, I guess I'll catch you guys later. Peace!